Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're here with this beautiful 2013 Mercedes Sprinter van. This is the 3-liter turbo, and well, we're going to be doing an engine flush on her right now, and we're here with Dominic. And Dominic is a good man. He's on Instagame. He loves the channel, and he actually has a fleet here in town, and he actually takes you and your car home when you're out having any parties, anything like that. You don't have to worry about anything, and we'll put a link to his business in the description below and his Instagram. So, well, let's go ahead and kick off this engine flush. If you're new to my channel, definitely subscribe, tap the notification bell, and you'll be able to come back and watch this important information for your vehicle later. All right, I want you to hear and see what she sounds like before we do our engine flush, and we're adding a fuel system cleaner that lubricates the top head cylinders, valves, and everything. So here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what she sounds like. So this is before. All right, Dominic's gonna throw in the engine flush, and what this engine flush does is it actually thins out the oil. It's gonna get all the carbon deposits out of the actual crankcase, all around the timing chain, and you can start popping off the cap.
Give it a little slap.
Give it a little slapperoo, and we'll be doing more where that came from later. So it's a little teeny weeny safety seal on top, and that's just so it doesn't leak during shipping and stuff like that. They really keep everything super tight, and it's a real thin detergent. You just pour it right in, give us a tall pour, beautiful, and you'll see that the detergent's going in, and this will really help clean up all that carbon out of there. And now what we do is we go ahead and start her up, and we let her idle for only 15 minutes. All right, and before we go ahead and motor her on and let her idle for 15 minutes, we're gonna put in our injector Kleen plus cetane boost. And what this does is it really helps clean up all the carbon deposits inside the combustion chamber, and it really helps boost cetane levels, better startability, better fuel mileage. You'll have more power under hauling loads and towing, and this is a little teeny weeny guy for doing the cars, like passenger cars, stuff like that. This is going to be more for vans and diesel trucks. So go ahead and start pouring it in. And it's got a real nice seal on the top, and you just pop it, whoop, and you're good to go, and that keeps it from leaking all over the place. And we're gonna do a heavy cleaning dose. So the 16-ounce bottle here actually cleans about 40 gallons. So if you have a diesel truck that holds 36, if you want to do a good clean, you put that whole bottle in, and then this is for your little cars. But we're going to put a little extra in just to clean this out really good. It's also going to extend the life of the fuel filter and the injectors, and it's something you actually want to add every single fill up just to keep it as a maintainer. So you do a lot to clean, and you do about half the amount to use as a maintainer. All right, now we go ahead and start her up and let her idle for 15 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Dominic down here, he's learning how to do his own oil change. So he's gonna crack her loose. All you do is push down, it goes like butter. Yep, and that's it. So you got the breaker bar. This is I think it's a teeny weeny 13mm socket. That's all it is. And now we're gonna go ahead and drain her down. Now let me grab 1 second here. And it's a long bolt. It's about 1 inch long, and it's super hot, and it's gonna come out like water. And then he's just going to yank away, and that oil will just shoot on out. Keep going. It's a real long one. It's like Jaws. You never know when it's going to come off. Dun, 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 dun. And try to hold the bolt so you don't drop it. And there she blows.
That was the
There we are. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now we're going to let her drain down, and we're going to do our oil filter. All right, come on over, take a look. We're taking off the oil filter. Dominic already has her cracked loose, and we're using a little belt wrench, and that won't scratch anything. You can use a metal oil filter cap if you want, but this is a little bit more utility way. It's something you can keep on you at all times. A good belt wrench is always worth it. And now we're going to see if we can get it by hand, and we're going to take her off, and we'll go ahead and prep our oil filter. All right, we got her loosened up. Dominic's going to slowly pull her out. Come on in, take a look. And he's just going to let her go, and it'll be drippy and messy. And it's the nature of the beast. And yep, slip her on out of there, flip her over, and take her out and show him. And I'll yank off the filter. So this is the filter we got here. And it's super hot right now. And it's kind of a little bit of a knack. You twist it off, and it's not quite like tar, and it's not like paint because we put the flush in. So you'll see how thin that oil is. And actually, I recommend doing a flush every single oil change with a diesel engine because it expedites the process. The oil flows out better, and well, it really cleans your turbo because there's oil coking that actually gets inside the turbo. When you turn it off, the oil actually starts to create a film, and the flush keeps that film off the inside of the turbo screen, cleans the turbo screen filter, and it also helps clean oil coolers, which a lot of the turbo cars, especially like a Mercedes, they all have an oil cooler. And I'm going to answer the question early. A lot of people ask, Eben, what happens if all the flush doesn't come out? Is the car going to just explode? And if you leave a 1 ounce of flush in a 13 quart system, say 1 quart of oil doesn't come out, and 1/10 of that bottle of flush stays in, the car is not going to blow up, I promise. All right, so she's still draining down. As we're doing that, we're prepping our oil filter. Now Dominic's going to go ahead and wipe out the filter, and this is just a little extra due diligence, nothing you have to do, but it's always best to do it the best you can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop off our O-ring. So you're going to find the one side where it's a little bit open. You'll see it right here. Show them that right there. Right here, there's a little area to get in. If you can get a little flat head underneath it. And once you get it, you can get a finger underneath and then yank her off. And right here is the STP filter. And I recommend Wix filters. If you can't get an AMSOIL filter, I recommend Wix. Then the second I recommend is like the OEM is Man Filter, and now Mercedes has their own filters. So they're really making a lot of good money, which is always good. If you can get the Mercedes filter, they are very good, but I recommend Wix. And this filter is the same on both sides, so it's not directional. All you do is just slip her in. Give her a little twist on. Go ahead and shove her on. Twist it. Yep, you just twist her on all the way down, and that's it. And now we have 2 O-rings. We have the big O-ring and then a little teeny weeny one. So we'll pop off the little teeny one. So you can drop that O-ring, Dominic. You just drop it. It's fine. And take that and try to get that little teeny weeny O-ring off. Okay. There's a flat spot. I don't see one. So I'm going to come here very slowly. And we're going to do the jigga, jigga, wigga, wigga. And we're going to try to get in there. And once you do, you'll feel it start to get a little bit of slip and slop with you. And this is a real squeamish little one. I've never had one that difficult. So now we're going to slowly get underneath. And we're just getting her. And there she is.
Professional.
Yep. And now Dominic's going to crack the fresh one. And we'll stick that little teeny one on there. We'll stick them both on. We'll stick the big one on, like so. Drop that. And this just rolls on, like rolling on something else. Protection's important. Always be protected. Use your rubbers. Keep this stuff off your skin. You don't want to get cancer. And we got the little teeny one. And this one's a little bit of a knack. We're going to double hand it, and we're going to slowly roll it on. Just like that. Beautiful. And now we're gonna lube her up. All right, it's that time to lube her up a little bit. We're gonna get that filter saturated. We're using our 100% synthetic European improved formula. This is specifically designed for European vehicles, your Mercedes, VWs, Audis, and the improved formula has a little bit different ash content. And that actually is for compliance with emissions and some of the smog electronics on these vehicles. So some of them are sensitive to zinc and phosphorus, so you actually have to run this oil to comply with that so it doesn't damage the electronics. And now we're going to lube her up a little. Come on in close for this. Get a little luber on her. And you can go ahead and get all the rubbers. It's like putting liquid honey on pancakes. The only thing is this is a lot better for the vehicle. And go ahead and go ahead and wipe that with your fingers. You don't even need the towel. Just leave it in the towel. That's fine. And just get all the way around. All your rubbers. Yep, all down here. And you can even hold her sideways a little bit. And get all that O-ring. So the O-ring's nice and lubed. And we'll put a little bit more in for fun, just to make it look good. Ah, look at that dripping down. Beautiful. All right, Dominic's gonna go ahead and stick her in. Come on, take a look. Yep, slowly get on in there. Yep, beautiful. A little bit of a wiggling action. And it's like, yep, slip. He's got her in. Now he's threading her on. Yep, keep going. And now it really threads on easy because you're well lubed. All the threads are lubed. And now all we do is wipe her up a little bit, clean her, tighten her up with the belt wrench to about 13 pounds of torque. This is in Newton meters for German. This is called a Mercedes-Benz in Germany. And we're going to tighten her up to about 13 pounds of torque, which is 25 Newton meters, or there and around. I don't know, it might be off a little bit, but now we're going to tighten her up. Dominic's going to go ahead and snap this little piece of plastic. It's just a ram air intake, and that you have to take off to get to the oil filter. And he's just going to snap her in. That's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, it's Dominic's turn to go ahead and start feeling her up. The liquid gold's going in. Oh, yep, it's a little bit of a knack. Go learn. The gallons are a little bit of a stickler to handle sometimes. I got crooked-footed a couple times. I've gotten splashed. And we got about 13.1 quarts going in. So we're gonna put in 12 quarts, motor her up, and check her out. All right, coming next, and what this is 100% synthetic, so you have a much higher film strength between the metal. That keeps you protected. Also, about 80% of your wear is on your cold starts. So it's very important to have the film protection when you're doing any type of cold starting. And this oil flows to about negative 40 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. So when you're doing that super cold starting, you're going to have that extra protection. And a lot of the conventional oils just don't flow at those temperatures. So that's a big difference. And a lot of people might be thinking, well, this doesn't have conventional. Well, actually, it does come with conventional. It comes with about 50% conventional. Mobil 1, hence the word mobile, is actually a synthetic blend. And there's a lot of these carbon deposits that are already in it. And those are regular mineral oil. And they're not specifically engineered for an application. So this actually came from like jet engine oil. That's the derivative of what started AMSOIL to make the motor oil specifically for cars, trucks, SUVs. And that's what makes it different. It's 100% synthetic. And these gallons are a little bit of a stickler to pour. There's a little angle on them where you gotta just get it. And once you do, you can just stay in it. And it just runs. And that's the liquid gold. But I have more confidence with the quarts. The gallons are a little difficult sometimes. If you love your car, this is what you do to it. All right, it's that time to put on our badge of honor. This little angel took 13.1 quarts. Boom, stick her on, and we'll use this to give her a little extra wiperoo. and the badge is on. Well, let's go ahead and take her around the block. All right, take a listen to what she sounds like after. So we're out getting some driving impressions from Dominic, and yeah, it should be interesting.
Sounds great. Take this thing to 88 miles an hour. I need to do the tire pressure.
We'll keep going straight. We'll go all the way down.
Okay.
So how's it feeling so far?
It's amazing, man. Just knowing that I'm putting good quality stuff in this work vehicle makes me feel a lot more secure.
That's awesome. We can make it right here if you want. So it's beautiful out today. What is it, about 50 degrees out? And
It's 55.
it's a lot of fun doing the oil flush in this thing. To me, it sounds really quiet. I guess it's turbo diesel. You can hear a little bit of turbo spool, and just drives like a car. I mean, this thing really feels like a car. Give it a little gas here. Give it a run. Let's hear it. That's good. That's good. I'll make it right here. Wow, that is smooth. That is smooth. Wow. That is super smooth. All right. So that pretty much sums it up. We're going to go ahead and head back. Really appreciate you coming on the channel, Dominic.
Oh, my pleasure.
Man. Thank you. That was a blast. And if you're in town here in Las Vegas, in the description section and the comment section, we'll have Dominic's business. If you ever need to get you and your car home, he does it like nothing. Piece of cake. Like butter.
Like butter. Like the
butter.
golden syrup on pancakes.
Yep. Like the golden syrup on pancakes. It's almost too easy. It is too easy. You just keep pouring. When you think there's enough, just put some more on. All right. We'll see you back next time. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.